What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I'm not going to show my Foot Champs run again because we're going to do the intro live and then show the gameplay after, much like we did last weekend. We're going to see how that works out for another week. The views are a little bit lower right now, but I don't know if that's because YouTube is a bit broken, FIFA is just dead, people are just enjoying Christmas and not watching YouTube videos, or, you know, a combination of many other things. So we'll give it another week. Took me ages to complete that Futmas SBC for the weekly objective. Now for the daily objectives, keep it on the ground 2 gets us a jumbo premium bronze pack. I'm not going to open that right now. Buy a midfielder gets us 350 coins, and contract gets us some coins as well. 2 for Spain and single player. Now the weekly objectives, 3 in online singles matches to earn a premium gold pack. Another untradeable, which we'll go ahead and open it in a second. And of course, the Pirlo party for 3 assists with chip through balls to get the Futmas Pirlo. And the reason why that is important is because we are going to complete today the 91 rated Pirlo. Now, I don't actually necessarily think he's a great card. And I say that with intrigue, because it is a great card. It just has no stamina, and that really triggers me. But we get the Pirlo card, which is going to get us an untradeable gold pack again, another untradeable gold pack. So we'll tune that in. And then the reason why I'm completing this Pirlo mainly is because I will use him as a sub, maybe in divisions, maybe in Foot Champs, I don't know. But also, why do I not? Oh yeah, I need position modifiers to get the chemistry. That's all. So and also, it's going to cost me about 20,000, 30,000 coins for a card that. Ooh, is there an easier way to do this? There we go. Oh, I didn't even have to convert what's in Maduda because of the Portuguese link. Derp. Yes, it's a 91 rated card for cheap that I will use almost definitely in a prime icon SBC somewhere down the line. So we end up getting a special card that is unbelievably high rated and exceptionally cheap. So I'm happy with that. So we get the 91 Andrea Pirlo, guys. As I say, dudes, he's crazy cheap, you know. 4-star weak foot, low work rates, which I'd be interested to see how that works in FIFA. His shooting is great because he's never really going to be in the box to shoot, so finishing is a little bit irrelevant, but shot power and long shots are good. I would probably put a hunter card or a shadow card on him if I were to use him. A hunter will boost finishing and shot power and long shots nicely, but a shadow will actually boost his defending nicely. He's got incredible dribbling, obviously 99 composure, 99 passing, interestingly 97 short passing and 96 long passing, but whatever. He's got great ball control, great reactions. His agility is a bit low, but hey, that's fair enough. But yeah, this card in general, guys, is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, he can't fit into my starting lineup, but he most definitely can fit on the bench where we could potentially use him as a sub. You know, maybe we'll bring him on as a super sub. Now, I got a red card on Herrera in Foot Champs, I believe, and now a red card on Vieira as well. That was a mistake, so we'll swap those two around like so. No, I'm gonna have to use the red card glitch. I don't want to use Fernandinho. So my bench now looks as follows. Wait, what the hell? I literally just put Pirlo on the bench. What is going on? Come on now. There he is. So Pirlo is there, and Pirlo will go in there. So that does put me up to an 86 rated team. Not that it matters. I actually got Elite 1 with a high rated team before anyway. So I've got 2. Pires will eventually go. We've got 4 games left on him. Alessandrini. Now, if I didn't have this red Alessandrini, I would do the Futmas Alessandrini because I actually believe the Futmas Alessandrini is a better card. It has better stats in key areas. It has less passing, but it has better pace, better shooting, and better dribbling, and better physical. But not by enough to the point where I would turn away my red Alessandrini for that card, right? So I'm not really interested in that. So I've got nice defensive-minded players in Kimmich, Matuidi, and Munir, and nice offensive-minded players in Alessandrini and currently Pires, which will change, I don't know who to. And then we've also got a good not box-to-box midfielder, I guess a good holding midfielder in Andrea Pirlo. Before we get into the gameplay though, guys, we have got some we've got some packs in the store. So obviously got this Jumbo Premium Bronze pack. I believe all 3 of these packs are untradeable. That's okay, I don't mind that. If we get something nice, how nice would that be? I tell you what would be nice as an untradeable. Oh, hello. Wickham card. Let's go. Yo, 8.5k. Yo, damn. Yo, it's worth doing, dudes, the daily tasks because I just got an 8k player. How about that? How about that? Not only that, but I got a couple of squad fitness cards as well, which is fantastic. And, ooh, in fact, I think Amos sells for 200. Yeah, he does. Wow, is he actually selling for more than 200 right now? For some reason, Amos is looking like he's about 700. So I'll list him up for 700. What a great pack that was. And I don't know about Birmingham, especially the low-rated players. I think they have enough high-rated players, yeah, where he's not worth much/enough. And that 8k player sold immediately. So let's go and have a look on the trade pile for him. I'm wondering if Amos sold as well. But look at that, guys. An 8k Bloomfield in a bronze pack. Let's go. Bronze pack method again, proving to be effective. But yeah, I would love, I'm sure as anyone would, I would love an icon, an untradeable icon out of one of these, just because I know I'll use it for a prime icon SBC. So our first pack here is no boards and no shiny gold players, but the players that we do get from this pack we'll be able to use in other SBCs. We get a squad fitness card in there as well, which is very nice. We'll discard those remaining items. We shall open the premium gold pack. By the way, kudos to EA. I just want to say that now as well. Kudos to EA for releasing a card like Pirlo that's just mad cheap, right? They could have done it crazy expensive, but they did it mad cheap. Essentially as cheap as probably like 20,000 coins, maybe 30,000 coins, depending on what you already had in your club and how quickly you bought the players for cheap, right? But generally speaking, that is what I think the Christmas spirit should be about from EA. Last but not least, guys, we get a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack. Is this going to yield anything good? Yes, it's got a board. Let's go. Is it going to be a big player? Come on, EA. Falcao. Hey, that's not bad, you know. An 84 rated untradeable Falcao. We'll be able to use him in an SBC somewhere down the line. Very happy with that indeed. Not much else going on in there, sadly. I'll keep the contracts and fitness cards and the training card and nothing else in there. But hey, not bad for essentially nothing. You know what I mean? We get that Pirlo as well. That, dudes, is going to be the end of the live section. Let's get into some gameplay. Okay, guys, into the gameplay we go. I need to sort my camera out, man. I can't get it right. Since I've downgraded my monitor, it's just smaller, so the camera's just not sitting where I want it to be. Yeah, welcome to the gameplay. We obviously started the intro. We did that Pirlo SBC. He will now be going onto the bench. I think I'd played 7 games, maybe 6 games before I got him, and then played a few more after. I've actually got through more games than I thought I would do on Friday. I hate, like, you know, A&I Skills said something to me a few months ago, actually at the back end of FIFA 17, that kind of really stuck with me, and it's more to do with business and industry than it is to do with FIFA. But when FIFA is not in a great state, when prominent YouTubers, myself, A9 Skills, Nick28T, Bateson, whoever, you know, whoever it is that's a prominent YouTuber, when they say they don't enjoy this game or this game is bad or anything like that, it has a negative impact directly to their business, because they're saying to the people that are watching their videos, this is not a good game, you know, so why should you play it? And if you're not playing it, why would you watch my videos? And if you're not watching my videos, I earn less revenue, I get less viewership, right? And that's kind of like, that stuck with me a little bit, and I was like, damn, man, he's right. But at the same time, I'm so burnt out at this game. I can't, it's so hard to be positive. Not because I think this is a bad game, because I personally really like this game. I don't know if you've seen my posts on Twitter and on Reddit. I'm a big fan of this game this year. Yeah, there's a few issues that I don't like. One of the most notorious things that bothers me in this game is actually the kickoff goals. For me, that is just the biggest issue, right? It's bigger than the terrible player switching. It's bigger than the auto lunges and the auto slide tackles. It's bigger than the auto clearances from the goalkeepers. The biggest thing for me, in terms of gameplay specifically, is just the kickoff goals. And we've been through it to death, and I know it's not something that EA just have an immediate fix for, because if they change something, it will break somewhere else and there'll be a new kickoff goal. There's been a kickoff goal every year since at least FIFA 11, right? People will find the best way to manipulate the game. And it's crazy frustrating, but for me, outside of that, I love the gameplay. I love the content that they produce. I just don't like the intensity of all the games. And I think if they could get that right, if they could adapt that and change that to be a positive thing, I personally believe that people would enjoy this game just far more. You know what I mean? Just far more. So this weekend league, obviously we spoke about it yesterday's video. I'm not anticipating playing all the games this weekend, and I got to 6-1 after my first 7 games, and I was literally just like, I'm just done. And I wasn't enjoying playing the game. I was playing badly again, even though I was 6-1. I know it's crazy, right? 6-1 playing badly, but I lost this game, and I shouldn't have lost this game. I was 2-0 up. I was 3-2 up. I missed a couple of really easy chances just because I panicked. Crazy goal that is. You don't expect to concede that. Salah in the middle of the box with all the space in the world. But I ended up losing this game. This was me 2-1. And much like last weekend league, where I scraped 29 wins, I scraped it because I was losing so many. I was conceding so many goals. That was my biggest problem. This weekend league, even in some of the games that I was winning, I was still conceding just an abnormal amount of goals. So I stopped after 7 games. I was like, you know what, I'm done. You know, we're going to go for Elite 3 as a minimum this month. We'll get 12 red informs. Maybe we creep up to Elite 2 and get 15. Probably won't go for Elite 1. And every time I say to you guys or on Twitter or to myself, I'm not going to play all my games this weekend, I genuinely have that thought at that time. That's how I feel at that specific time whilst playing FIFA. And when I stopped after 7 games, I was literally just like, I'm just not going to play. I ended up having like an evening where I just enjoyed myself, played some PUBG, played some FIFA Mobile, just watched some streams, enjoyed some time with my family. And we came out of that, and then it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I've had a rest. I feel like I've had a break. So I was like, let me play some more games. And we ended up getting up to 10 games. Now, although that's still not good enough in terms of being able to play all 40 over the course of the weekend, it's not a bad start to get through, 10 games this early. And we've got 9 wins from those 10 games, which is fantastic. And it actually puts me in a position where if I can get up to, say, 20 or 25 wins this weekend, I might be able to push up for Elite 1 monthly next weekend. And who knows, I might force games out just because every win, like if I actually get to a point where I'm very close to Elite 1 with a good week next week, I might just force extra wins out just because every extra win will be a very important win towards the Elite 1 thing. If I don't end up playing that many games and Elite 2 or Elite 3 is the cause, then so be it. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, so I'm not saying I don't like this game, and I feel like a lot of people are just fed up with this game. I genuinely believe a lot of people are fed up with the intense schedule between Friday and Sunday and the lack of content and things to do between Monday and Thursday. And I think it's turning people away, because what's happening is between Monday and Thursday, a lot of people are playing other games. They're playing Fortnite, which is really big right now. They're playing PUBG. They're just playing, anyone that's got a new console for Christmas. They're playing games with their friends that they're enjoying. Maybe the new Call of Duty or anything. And then what happens is it gets to Friday again, and people are like, oh God, do I really have to play 40 more games? And a lot of people are saying, actually, no, I don't have to play 40 more games. Let me carry on playing and enjoying my time on Fortnite or on PUBG or on Call of Duty or on whatever game it is that you play with my friends. And that's what's happening. And I feel like a lot of people personally, a lot less people are playing FIFA. But of course, EA have the metrics. And if people truly are playing less FIFA than normal, EA will then change things, because that's the only thing that will speak to them. Metrics and money, dudes, that's it. But yeah, generally speaking, I do enjoy this game. But the reason why I pose this question is because I'd like to ask you guys, do you enjoy this game? Take out the content, take out the SBCs and the packs and the promos and the special cards. In terms of playing FIFA, when you log on to FIFA, do you actually enjoy playing the game? Because one thing that happens with Nick a lot, which happens more with Nick than anybody else, and it used to happen with me a lot last year, and I kind of changed my perspective on things, which was good for me. But with Nick specifically, and with me sometimes, it's a chore. You literally don't look forward to playing FIFA. You sit there and you think, oh God, I have to go and play this game. And so it takes the fun out of playing the game, because it's just intense competitive nature and nothing else for 3 days. So do you guys enjoy playing the game? Do you play it because you want the rewards but you hate playing it? Do you not play the game anymore? What do you feel? Let me know in the comment section below. And then we move on to the comments. And on that note, we move on to the first comment from Quinton Hunter, which is very similarly based around what we're just talking about. It's from Quinton Hunter. He says, I don't understand why people who play FIFA complain about having nothing on the weekday and say there's too much on the weekend, but before, when there was nothing to do on both weekend and weekdays, everyone still complained. I agree with a lot of you, but no matter what EA does, they can't win. And I agree that they can't win no matter what they do. Whatever they do is going to be good for a group of people and not so good for another group of people. It's just the way of the world. It's the same with YouTube. You know, if I upload my videos at 10 PM, I get people tell me that's too late for me, can you upload them earlier? If I upload my videos earlier, there's people that are like, hey, I don't have anything to watch in the evening. I like watching these in the evening, or I watch them in the morning when I get up for school. It doesn't suit that type of person. There's some people that say, hey, the time that you upload it now, I'm from Australia, you always upload it like middle of the day for me. That's not a priority for time for me. So in every aspect of every kind of business, you're going to have business practices that affect some people positively and affect some people negatively, and then there'll be like an extreme version of people that are just negatively affected, and an extreme version of people that are positively affected, and then a whole bunch in the middle that just generally don't care. My perspective from some people that say it's uploaded too late is just watch the videos a day behind. Then you can watch them at your leisure. If 6 PM is a perfect time for you, watch today's video at 6 PM tomorrow, and then every day at 6 PM, if you come to the channel, you know that there's going to be a new video there for you. So that works both ways that way. But yeah, it's tough for EA, but I don't necessarily agree with the sentiment that why are people complaining about having nothing to do on the weekdays and too much to do on the weekends when before we had nothing to do. That's not like, oh, well, before you had nothing to do, so just be happy with this. That's not okay. You can't just, you can't just say, oh, they've done something, so you have to be happy and not dare say anything negative, because that's not, again, that's also not the way the world works. So, for example, if you had 3 flat tires on your car and you went to the garage and they fixed 1 flat tire and you're like, hey, I still can't drive this car because it's got 2 flat tires, but they might be like, well, you had 1 good tire before, now you have 2 good tires and you're still complaining. Why can't you just be happy that you've got 2 good tires? It doesn't work like that. Like just because we had nothing before and now we have something doesn't mean that it's the best thing or the thing that is good for the community or the good for the game. It just means that it was really, really bad before. However, when I talk to some of the lads about what we used to do and stuff, like content creation back in FIFA 16 and prior was crazy difficult, right? Because there wasn't much in the game. There was very few promos compared to what we have now. There was very few like achievable cards and stuff. I know during back end of FIFA 16 they started doing the tournaments where you could win the Futties cards and where you could win the team of the season cards and things like that, and that's great, right? And I wish they'd bring something like that back in a tournament structure. They don't have it. I wish they would bring just regular tournament section back where you just get awesome rewards, right? Yeah, content creation back then was crazy, but back in FIFA 16 and prior, I used to spend a lot more time on me, with my family, and doing, like playing other video games, right? Because there was just more time to play games because there was less time to play on FIFA. Now, I'd say probably 85 to 90% of my gaming time is spent on FIFA because of the way EA have created such a game that just really does indulge its user base. And in that sense, as I say, I think they've got it right. I think that there's a lot of great content. It can be better, it can be streamlined, it can be made more efficient, sure. But I think they have the actual gameplay structure wrong. I think they have the number of games they require you to play in such a short space of time. I think that's a mistake. I don't think that's a good thing for the game. But again, EA will know best. And I may well be in that one extreme segment of players who don't like it, rather than the general public and then the extreme segment of players that do like it. So maybe I just have to just put up or shut up, essentially. Bilal says, hey Nepo, are you going to do the SBC Alessandrini? I know that it's the same rating, but he has 1 extra pace, a bit more dribbling, shooting and physical, and a bit more strength and stamina, and is a similar price to the regular one. Thanks for reading the comment and keep up the good work. Yo, thank you for the kind words, dude. I'm not going to do it. I think if I didn't have the red Alessandrini, I would probably do it. Because I know it's a good card. If I had like the informed version that was sellable, I would probably sell the card that I had and complete the red Alessandrini. But because I have the untradeable version already, it would like legitimately be a waste of like 50,000 coins for me to complete that card to then have 2 untradeable Alessandrinis that have very similar stats. You know, I don't think it would be very efficient way of spending my coins. And on top of that, I actually sold a Schweinsteiger, a Giovinco. I sold about 4 or 5 MLS players for like 6,000 to 8,000 coins. It was wild. So I actually made about 40,000 coins just from selling the players rather than using them in the SBC. So I'm more than happy to have not done it personally. The next comment is from Jonathan Davies. It says, hey Nev, draft is an absolute joke. I'd never played it before, but I decided to give it a go last night. I started with 93k, entered 2 drafts. I won both drafts, sold everything I packed, and I finished with 91k. I won 2 drafts but made a 2k loss. Draft needs desperately reworking. Yes, it does need reworking. I've played a lot of drafts myself, and I find it very, very difficult to not make profit if you win. And that's not to say that you'll make great profit if you win. There is only one prize that you can get that will not give you profit, and it's the 2 25k packs and the 5k packs. So it's 2 rare gold packs and a gold pack. And the 25k packs are the 25k packs that give you 3 rare players usually. They're all rares, but you get rare contracts, rare consumables, rare coaches, rare stadiums, and a couple rare players. And just generally speaking, that's the worst prize, because if you don't get a sellable player, the discard value and the low-end sell value of everything won't generate your coins back. So maybe you got unlucky and actually got that reward 2 times in a row, in which case I can understand why you potentially would have lost coins. But even if you get the 50k pack and the 5k pack, or the 2 25k packs, the 2 other 25k packs and the 7.5k pack, or if you get the mega pack and the premium gold players pack, all of those things have so many items in them, and this market is so volatile that you will always make profit. Even if that means that you have to store those cards and sell them when they're at premium. For example, Bastian Schweinsteiger and David Villa right now, they were worth 800 coins yesterday, essentially. Now they're worth like 8,000 coins. So if you packed a Bastian Schweinsteiger in one of your packs yesterday, you might be like, well, he's not worth anything. But today he would have made back 50% of your investment into the draft. So if you're smart with when and how you sell your cards, every draft is profit, no matter what, in my opinion. But yes, I still agree with the general sentiment. I will only play draft when there are special promos in store, like when Path to Glories are in packs, when Ones to Watches are in packs, because otherwise you only have a chance of packing regular gold cards and informs and icons, but never really going to happen. And at the start of the year, for the first 4 to 6 weeks, that was great, because someone like Timo Werner was worth 30 to 40,000 coins, whereas now he's worth like 2,000 to 3,000 coins. So before, at the start of the year, you could get really bang average players and they would be worth a big chunk of coins and you'd be able to make a crap ton out of them. Now you have to pack like either a very relevant player for an SBC or a very high rated player just to make your money back. And I agree with you, it should be reworked. You know, I think that one of the problems with it is that it's not designed for people to make profit from. It's just not. It's designed to be a coin sink and a money sink, and it's designed for people who can't usually afford to play with the best players in the game to be able to play with the best players in the game for a very small fee. The problem is if they made it so that you guaranteed profit every time you won it, people that are exceptional at this game would just be able to spam it and generate essentially unlimited profit just for time. And although they can do that during the weekend league, it's a little more difficult, it's a little more stressful. Again, you know, it's not a competitive game mode. In draft, let's say a lot of people say, oh, you should get a draft token for winning the draft. But then, okay, so somebody like Huge Gorilla or Inception or any of the pro players, Dirty Mike, any of those guys, even Bateson, A9 Skills, these guys that can just win the draft almost 9 times out of 10. Imagine if they got a free draft token every time, they'd just be able to like generate packs for free. And although I don't necessarily disagree with that, I don't think EA want that. And there was also a comment about giving us something else. Where is it? There was a comment, maybe I didn't pick up. There was a comment about giving us something else during the week, like tournaments to play with good prizes and stuff. And again, whilst I agree initially, and my initial thought is, well, hell yeah, that would be great. One of the problems with that is we already see people have exceptional teams this year because it's so easy to generate coins, right? I came up against something like 32 Ronaldos last weekend league. Everybody has got a meta team, a mega team, prime icons, solid cards. And it's because it's so easy to generate coins. If EA give us more access to generating more coins, all it's going to do is continue to inflate the biggest players like the Ronaldos, like the Hullis, or alternatively, it's going to continue to get every single person a mega team, which in turn will reduce the amount of people that require to buy FIFA points, which will hurt EA financially, which is why they probably wouldn't do something like that. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs. That's just like kind of off my first thought. I did have more comments yet again, unable to get through them yet again. This is going to be the end of the video, guys. We are 9-1, which is awesome in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.